Hello, I am Seamus Donahue of Eve University, and this is episode 1 of my walkthrough on the Sisters of Eve Level 1 Epic Arc, The Bloodstained Stars. For the record, today is Saturday, March the 3rd, 2018. I haven't... Let me show you a history of skills that I've trained on this character. There have been some delays in getting this work started since I completed How to Survive EVE Online last week, so I didn't want my character in-game to train too many more skills than however far you would normally get, or at least not too much further. So these are all the skills that I've trained since February 22nd, and I did allow the skill queue to lapse. I don't normally advise doing that sort of thing. You really should have something training whenever possible. But since it's not going to take you a week to get over here, I didn't want to get too far ahead of you in terms of skill training. Something I forgot to mention last time when I was recording How to Survive EVE Online. While generally speaking, it is allowed under Crowd Control Productions rules for players to try to cause misery for each other and ruin each other's day, the griefing of new players engaged in tutorial content, including the Sisters of Eve Level 1 Epic Arc, is strictly prohibited under CCP's rules. So as long as your character is less than 30 days old, other players should not be trying to interfere with your ability to do the tutorials or the Sisters of Eve Level 1 Epic Arc, or otherwise cause misery for you in those associated areas. And you can find the relevant policy posted here. So it's on support.eveonline.com, and the article is called Rookie Griefing, and it was updated as of this month, last month as a matter of fact. About a month ago, February 8th, 2018. So you can read the policy for yourself in detail, but it includes all of the career path hubs, as well as all the solar systems in the Epic Arc, which I'm about to cover in this series, so just that you're aware of that. Something I might have also forgotten to mention, if you like to do a lot of mining, ore.celestes.de is a very useful website for looking up what asteroids have what minerals, and about how much a cubic meter of each asteroid ore is worth, if you're interested in that sort of thing. So I forgot to cover that last time, I think. As for the ship that I'm flying, I decided to bring along the Catalyst-class Gallente destroyer. I have it fit with the same 125mm railguns, the same micro-warp drive that I found as mission loot last time. I decided to purchase a cap recharger, and the way I did that was that I went to the regional market, ship equipment, engineering equipment, capacitor rechargers, and I just looked for the least expensive option available to me. Skip the Tech 2 variants, you don't have the skill points necessary for those. So a cap recharger 2, or a cap recharger II, is going to require energy grid upgrades level 3, which is, only 14 hours. Maybe I should slot that in instead of what I've got right now. But still, the Tech 2 variant is a little bit pricey. The Tech 1 or a meta variant, the Eutectic Compact, will suffice for now. Similarly, I also got Damage Control 1 and the Mark 1 Compact Capacitor Power Relay. I also got some rigs for the rig slots. These are small capacitor control circuits, which will help me generate more capacitor energy. Specifically, each capacitor control circuit reduces the cap recharge time by 15%, or it multiplies it by 0.85. So now I've got my cap recharge time down to 117.57 seconds. Right. So that helps me generate more gigajoules per second for anything that requires gigajoules, namely my weapons, the micro warp drive, the armor repairer. Let's see. I also decided to get a couple of extra small tractor beams because I expect to salvage a lot in between episodes off camera. I already showed you how to do bookmarking and salvaging in How to Survive EVE Online. So after I finish each recording, I will drop all the guns, fit on the small tractor beams and the salvagers. I also decided to bring along all of my hybrid charges. I will probably need to buy more as time goes on. If you decide you want to, you can bring along your antimatter charge S blueprint from the tutorials, but there's no manufacturing facility here in this station. So if you want to take your antimatter charge and go buy some Noxium and get some Tritanium and Pyrite from Scordite asteroids, then what you can do in that regard is go to Industry, Facilities. You want all facility, well, I guess you could go just select public facilities. You want manufacturing specifically, and I guess within 5 jumps is probably good enough. Do make sure to pay attention to the security rating of the solar system that you're involved in. Right? But there are some NPC stations and some player-owned citadels or engineering complexes where you can carry your stuff over to, where you have docking privileges and you can run the manufacturing job there if you want. That's if you're using antimatter charges. Same story if you chose a Minmatar character, you need to manufacture ammunition for your artillery or autocannons, or you need to or your Caldari, and you need to manufacture missiles for your rocket launchers or light missile launchers. If you're using an Amarian character, you're using lasers, you're using frequency crystals. Tech 1 frequency crystals don't ever run out, not unless your ship actually blows up. Alright, and I also did a separate episode about Overview that's already up on my channel, and I've only made small modifications to it. Basically, I'm still using mostly the EVE University Standard Overview. I'm going to load my guns, and I don't think I'm forgetting anything, so let's actually get started. I'm going to talk to Sister Alitura and start conversation. And she doesn't have a high opinion of Capsuleers, so hopefully you'll change her mind over the course of these missions. This is a very long mission chain, by the way, about 50 missions or so, broken up into 7 chapters. Hold on. Delay is not what I wanted to do. Here we go. Accept. Close and a Beacon Beckons. And this will be over in Monarch. So set a destination, right-click the station, add waypoint, and undock. And just in case you need a refresher, let me make sure I brought my ammo, yeah. Just in case you need a refresher, you'll want to go to the yellow Stargate and then click jump. Or right-click the Stargate and select jump. And there's a lot of player-littered secure containers around here. Right-click, remove secure cargo container from hold. Right-click, remove mobile depot from hold. Open overview settings. Tab presets, general not saved. Alright. Seamus General. That's what I'm going to call it for now. Because I decided for this first tab, I would start off with load defaults to tab General, and now I'm going to make modifications to it as this goes on. Do not let the autopilot fly your ship. But aside from that, I presume you remember how to jump through Stargates. So let's skip ahead. I've skipped ahead to where I've already jumped into the Monarch solar system, and I am warping to location. And she wants me to approach a wreck. I'm not entirely sure which wreck. I'm going to double left click in that direction, and let me also turn on my tactical overlay and turn on the micro warp drive, and let me reread the details of the mission. Approach the wrecked ships, so it doesn't matter which one then. Just get closer to them. Turn off the micro warp drive. Alright, you can complete this mission remotely, so you don't actually need to go back to station. I completely forgot that. Most regular missions require you to come back. Request the next mission. This one you can accept remotely, which again is also an exception. So right-click, set destination, accept remotely, and close.
Warp drive active.
And I might as well save this as a safe spot. Let's skip ahead. Alright, I've skipped ahead to where I've jumped next door into the Tar solar system. Celestial Agent Site Beacon. You're looking for Tevis Jack. I've already started a warp to him. It's general. Let's see. Show compound number list. It's generally a good idea to keep an eye on your local channel, just as a habit. I mean, it's not important this early on in EVE Online, but you'll want that as a habit. Right, there's Tevis Jack. Right click. Start conversation. Here we go. Alright. He wants me to acquire something. Eliminate any pirates at a wreck site. Acquire something. Bring it back to him. So accept. In Monarch. And then bring it back to him here in Tar. Alright, I can do that.
Warp drive active.
Skipping ahead again. To mention, if somebody does start causing you grief, interfering with your ability to turn in to complete these missions, the way you would report that is through help. Here, go to Help Center, and that'll open up in your default system browser, and you can file a Game Master ticket. But I'm getting shot at right now. And again, I'm using F1 to turn on my guns. Right-click Save Location, Control left-click. And in this setup, I've got a fall-off range of 14 kilometers. So I'll hit stationary targets guaranteed at 7 kilometers, and I'll hit half the time at 14. And if you want to... Did they teleport the mission objective? Okay, they teleported the mission objective to straight into my cargo hold. Again. That must be new. I wonder when CCP started doing that. I guess it's just for the tutorial missions and the epic arc. Anyway, I bookmarked the wrecks. I'll investigate these later. Let's warp back to the agent.
Drive active.
Skipped ahead to where I've jumped through the Stargate again. You know what? This is going to be important. I'm going to right-click, add agents and space to overview. There we go. That's much better. And of course, go back, save as Seamus General. Yes, I want to overwrite this. Let's talk to the agent. He wants to find Red and bring him back. So click accept. This is right here in system, so just warp to location.
Warp drive active.
So just a mere 19 astronomical units away in this particular example. It'll be different distances each time you do it. By the way, each of the epic arcs has its own separate 3-month timer. Once you've finished any given epic arc, including this epic arc, you can start it all over again 3 months later. Double left click, turn on the micro warp drive. Can I? Yes, I can. They're a little far away for me to hit them. Turn off the micro warp drive, stop the ship, and open fire. Alright, yes. So there's red. So let's bring him back to Tevis Jack. Did I bookmark? No, I did not. Right click, save location, submit. And let's warp to Tevis Jack.
Warp drive active.
Reload. Control R to reload the guns. Let's skip ahead through the warp. Talk to Tevis Jack. Complete the mission. Next mission. Right click, set destination. And let's jump through Stargates again.
Warp drive active.
It's just 3 jumps away. You know how to jump through Stargates. Alright, I've skipped ahead to where I've returned to station. Right, he wants me to talk to Sister Alitura. So you start conversation with Sister Alitura, that automatically completes the mission for Tevis Jack. Kill the pirates, find Nembid Centurion, and return him to Alitura. And that will be right here in Arnon. Jet canning at Janitor.
Warp drive active.
Oh, wow. I'm lucky. This mission space is almost directly in front of the station. And it's a long distance away. You know what? This is a good time to talk about aligning to warp and... Hold on. I'll call this undock and just leave that as is. Oh, gee whiz. Right click, remove large collidable structure. There we go. And also make a separate bookmark for the Corelli spies. So, in order for your ship to go to warp, which you do quite a lot of, your ship must already be moving towards the destination, within an angular tolerance of about 8 degrees, and going at least 75% of maximum velocity. Whatever your maximum velocity... yeah, I know where the ship's cook was headed. Alright, let's grab him out of the shuttle. He's not teleported into your cargo hold this time. Loot all. There we go. Sisters of Eve Bureau, let's dock.
Warp drive active.
There's 4 different NPC stations in system, but the only one you're going to be using is for this chain is Arnon 9, Moon 3, Sisters of Eve Bureau. Anyway, for your ship to go to warp, you have to be moving towards the destination within about 8 degrees or so, and going at least 75% speed, whatever your maximum velocity is. So for my destroyer, it can go at
Docking permission
304.8
requested.
meters per
Docking
second.
request accepted.
So it's got to be going at least, math in my head, 76.6 meters per second. No. That minus 300. It has to be going at least 228.6 meters per second in order to go to warp. If the maximum velocity goes up or down, then accept close. If the maximum velocity goes up or down, then the required align speed also goes up or down. So usually if you're at a dead stop, it's going to take you some amount of time to get up to 75% speed. Chivvying chef encounter.
Warp drive.
So
active.
notice here, where I'm telling my ship to go to warp, my ship has to spend some time aligning to the warp. Then it can actually go into warp. Now, if I'm out in, say, low security or null security space and somebody's sitting there waiting to kill me, that was plenty of time to get a target lock and warp disrupt or warp scramble me so that I couldn't escape, and then they could blow me up right outside the station. Alright. Azil's transport. There might be a fight involved here. Alright, loot all. You can come back if you want. Return to station right now if you want. Or if you want to blow up these rogue drones. Close enough. Won't take very long. I mean, the bounty's not very much. If you want to skip them, you can. You know what? 3,000 is compared to... How much do I have now? 10 million? Alright. I'll finish off this wave and then get out of here.
Warp drive active.
Actually, you know what? Maybe that wasn't optional. I'm not sure. I should have read details to see if just grabbing him was enough. That's probably something I should have checked on. But if you skip shooting the rogue drones and you bring the chef back and you can't turn in the mission, well, that would be the reason why. Drop off the chef into the station.
Requested. Docking request accepted.
Then undock, go back out, shoot the rogue drones, then come back. Just in case skipping that fight doesn't work. Complete mission. Request the next mission. Alright, and that's going to be an Arnon, and you need to bring something with you. A lot of money. And undock. So as I was saying before, if you're just undocking and then warping to whatever destination you have next, it takes some time to do that. But if you've got something that's in front of you that you can warp to right away, zoom, off you go into warp.
Warp drive active.
Alright, in this case it's not perfect, it's a little bit off, but it takes me less time to align to that than to something else. But that's the concept of an instant undock bookmark. You have a bookmark that's in front of you, close enough, at a close enough angle that you can zoom off to warp immediately without spending any extra time aligning. This one's a little off, so my luck is not as good as I thought it was. But just so that you know.
Warp drive active.
The ordinary way of making an instant undock bookmark is to just undock from the station, go out about, 10, 20,000 kilometers till you can't see the sentry guns on the station anymore, and then Control B to make a bookmark. Do be aware that when you undock from a station, there's going to be a random 15-degree variance. So that's wider than the tolerance on aligning to warp. So just so that you're aware of that. I'm going to approach the dead drop. Turn on the micro-warp drive. I actually need my cargo hold open for this because I'm putting something into a container and I am not looting it. I don't want to overshoot, so I've already turned off the micro-warp drive. Open cargo. Drag this in. That worked out well. I wonder how much cash we can get if we kill you and keep the doctor. Oh, they want to mess with an immortal capsuleer, do they? Guess what, suckers? I can't die. But you can. Well, technically I can die. I've already done it once, back when dealing with the Drifter Hive. But that didn't stop me. It stops them. I have to wait for this to finish cycling. Now I can hit F1. And since I am using turrets rather than missiles, I do have to pay attention to angular velocity. Did the doctor get teleported? Yes, the doctor got teleported in my cargo hold. Right-click. Save that location. Delivering a doctor. Dock. So if you forget which of the stations this is, you just go here and dock. That also works.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
Engineering a rescue.
Warp drive active.
Let's skip ahead. Alright, get me out of here. This thing might explode any second now. Alright, I'm going to approach the heartbreak, turn on the micro-warp drive, turn off the micro-warp drive, and as long as there are rogue drones flying around... What did I bump off of? I bumped off the beacon itself. Start shooting! Alright. I was just about to switch targets. Alright, you know what? Let me loot the heartbreak. Loot all. And double left click somewhere away. Turret tracking is 127.6. I don't remember the signature radii on those things, but I'm guessing I want to keep them below 0.1 radians per second. This one's set down at 0.019 radians per second. That should be fine. Alright. Dock.
Warp drive active.
Just want to make sure these are both blue check marks. Control R, and let's skip ahead. Skip ahead to where I've already docked in station. And let's request the next mission. And here, she wants me to talk to Delphine Serassier at a Creodron factory. So you can right-click and set destination and start traveling through Stargates. This concludes Chapter 1 of the Bloodstained Stars. In the next episode, I will cover Chapter 2. I'm Seamus Dunhu of EVE University. Thank you for watching.